everybody, this is Christa with the Big Family Homestead, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own from scratch hamburger helper meal that is shelf stable. Yes folks, we have all had those boxed meals that are less than savory, less than good for you. I'm going to show you how I make our hamburger helper from scratch that is super delicious with no MSG and not a lot of sodium. And yes, I'm going to show you how we can make it shelf stable and keep it on the shelf for many years to come. Okay, we're gonna start with a few ingredients. We've got paprika, we've got cheese blend, which is awesome. I love this stuff. We have our beef bouillon, some tomato powder, garlic, and our ground beef, chopped onions, and some noodles. Then we've got a few wet ingredients that we'll add later on. So this is a recipe that Brad and I came up with a few years ago and put it in our cookbook, Big Family Essentials. We have always loved to eat hamburger helper. Well, that was many years ago. We stopped doing that, didn't eat hamburger helper for a really long time, but he's like, you know what? I wonder, honey, can you think of a way to make hamburger helper from scratch? I really love it, but I just don't want us to eat those nasty chemicals and so much sodium. I said, okay, so if we figured it out, we've nailed down an awesome recipe. And it is in our cookbook, Big Family Essentials, that you can check out on our website at bigfamilyhomestead.com/shop. And that's an easy PDF download. It's super simple to print. I actually put it in these binders, in the binder with these plastic sleeves so that they don't get dirty. Because honestly, there are some recipes we use a lot and they get kind of gross. So I just decided to take this recipe and switch it up, which you can do with any of your favorite recipes. Especially ones you want to keep on the shelf for those quick meals. So I took the recipe and I decided, okay, I'm gonna use freeze-dried items with this and put it in a Mylar bag, vacuum seal it, or not vacuum seal it, but seal it shut with an oxygen absorber. So that way I can throw it on the shelf and not worry about it. And then when we need a quick meal, I just open it up and cook it. And don't worry guys, I am gonna show you how we cook it. So I am going to make two today. One to put on our shelf and one to show you how to cook. So if you want to know about these Mylar bags, these are gallon-sized Mylar bags and they are awesome. There is a link in the description box if you want to check those out. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put our cheese blend in a separate bag, because when we go to mix this or make this, I want the cheese blend added last. So I'm going to just use a little snack bag and put our cheese blend in. These are awesome just to stick in there. That way everything is together, but it's still separate. So we need a half a cup of the cheese blend. I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna use a tablespoon. That way I don't make a mess. This is not high production where, you know, everything's just done for you. This is off the cuff, you know, you get to see my mistakes. So a half a cup equals 8 tablespoons. So I'm gonna put 8 tablespoons of the cheese blend in here. I have found that this cheese blend is perfect for this particular recipe. I think that was 4, I wasn't counting. I can't count and talk at the same time. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So, you know, if it's a little bit more, that's really okay. So we've got our half a cup, 8 tablespoons of cheese blend, and actually, yep, it's just about right. I didn't realize there was lines on this snack bag. That's just great. I have found that this cheese blend works amazing in this hamburger helper recipe. I've even used it to make macaroni and cheese. What I did find is that don't just mix it with water or just with milk. I have found that if you mix it with sour cream, it just makes a really creamy macaroni and cheese or cheese blend sauce for this hamburger helper. It's so good. So I use a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of milk, and it makes it just perfect to add into the hamburger helper at the end. Alrighty, so now we are going to take our Mylar bag, and we have just a few things that we're going to throw in here. It may not take up this entire bag, which is totally fine, because then once you use this, you can wash it out and reuse it. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got our ground beef that is freeze-dried ground beef from Thrive Life. I take the can, the large cans like this, when it's something like meat or mushrooms or something I want to stay fresher longer. I'll open up that can and I'll go ahead and stick it in another jar and vacuum seal that jar. So let's go ahead and open this and take out the oxygen absorber. And we're gonna go ahead and put this ground beef, and it's approximately 3 cups of ground beef, which it equals 1 pound of rehydrated beef. And this is just ground beef. So we're gonna put our ground beef in there like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get our noodles in there. And I need some scissors. Always forget something. So these are really, really cool noodles that we got from Aldi. Egg noodles would probably take up too much space in the bag, so I decided to use these. It is 1 pound of noodles, and they're awesome. Well, pasta is delicious in any way. So there's the noodles. Just kind of shake that down there. I'm gonna just kind of, I'll be right back. I completely forgot about this amazing gadget that a subscriber sent to us. I'm gonna go ahead and use this, but what I'll do is I'll fold the edge of the Mylar bag down just to kind of hold it open a little bit. Just like so. Well, I guess I don't really, the clips are not gonna work. So this is how high tech we get, but it's still open and it's not gonna fall over on me. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and put our 1/2 cup of onions in this bag, and these are freeze-dried onions, and they are absolutely amazing. There we go, 1/2 cup of onions. And then we need our garlic. This freeze-dried garlic, oh my gosh. It's as though I just cut open a clove of garlic. It smells delicious, and the pieces are absolutely perfect size. So we need a tablespoon of that, or more, because I really like garlic. And then we need a tablespoon of tomato powder, which I absolutely love this tomato powder. It's just tomatoes, guys. There's no salt, there's no food coloring. It's just ground up freeze-dried tomatoes. So yummy. Tablespoon of that in there. And then our beef bouillon, because we will go ahead and add water to this. If you decide you don't want to use water and you want to use beef stock or beef bouillon, beef broth, you can go ahead and do that and eliminate this ingredient. So, and to this, I'm not adding any salt. This is the only salt that's going to be in here. 2 tablespoons of that. And then paprika. Almost forgot my paprika. That's my favorite. My favorite. A teaspoon of that. And then we will take our cheese powder and we will go ahead and stick this right inside there. I'm gonna shake down those ingredients a little bit. Stick this cheese powder down in there. Now, to this, I'm going to use fresh sour cream because, well, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Thrive Life sour cream. It's in my opinion, it's a little gritty, so I will use fresh sour cream towards the end. To this, while I'm cooking it, I'm also going to add some Dijon mustard and a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce. So this is ready to go. With our oxygen absorber that I took out of the ground beef, I'm gonna just reuse it because it's only been sitting out for a minute. And I've got this awesome gadget that we got at Harbor Freight. And those of you that have the freeze dryers, this kind of thing came with yours. But we got ours from Harbor Freight. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. I have to, it's not as long as the Harvest Right ones, but that's really okay. So I will go ahead and just, I'm going to kind of flatten this out a little bit. That way I can get as much air out of as possible. And then we'll just go ahead and seal one side. As you can see, it's not quite nearly long enough. And then flip it over and do the same thing. And sometimes I'll do it twice just to make sure that I've got it sealed properly. Kind of line that up just a little bit. Nope, see, that's what happens. Sometimes it just doesn't line up right. You just gotta do it a second time. And that is sealed. Yep, perfect, look at that. That's really awesome. So this will go on the shelf, I would say 5 to 7 years, as long as it's in a cool, dark place, cool, dry, dark place. I will put this in a 5-gallon bucket or a storage tub just to keep mice and, you know, little critters from getting in there and chewing on that. So this one is done. I'm gonna go ahead and make up another batch, but I'll put this one in a bowl so as to not waste another bag. So be right back. Okay, folks, so now we're back. We're gonna go ahead and make this awesome meal that we put in our bag. I'm not going to use this one since this one's already done. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on our shelf or in a bucket to keep it from getting broken. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put everything in this pan. That way you can see how this awesome meal works. So here we go. So we've got our ground beef. I'll just open that. There we go. Take out our oxygen absorber. Now this is a cold pan and I'm just gonna go ahead and put all of the ingredients in there and then add the water, not all of the ingredients, some of the ingredients, and then add the water and get this turned on. So there's our ground beef. It's about 3 cups. And then we're gonna go ahead with our onions. We need a 1/2 cup of chopped onions. And then we need our beef bouillon. Now, if you are using beef broth, omit the beef bouillon. So that's just a preference thing. I don't have any beef broth at the moment. Haven't made any for a while. So I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of the beef bouillon. Shh, not so loud. So then we need a teaspoon of paprika and a tablespoon of tomato powder, which again, one of my favorite ingredients that Thrive makes. We need some garlic, tablespoon of that, because everybody, well, not everybody, our family loves garlic. And then we need our noodles. Now the cheese powder waits till the end, but I'm gonna go ahead and put our noodles in here. And then our water. We've got 8 cups of water because we need to rehydrate our ground beef and our onions, and then we've got to cook our noodles. So we'll go ahead and put the water in there. Yum. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Give this a good stir. And I'm gonna turn the heat on, get that going. There we go. Now to this, I'm also going to add Dijon mustard and Worcestershire sauce. So we need a few dashes of which is we always joke and say witches or sister sauce, but it's Worcestershire sauce. Just a few dashes of that. If you don't like this, it's really okay. Or if you like more of it, then add more. And then our Dijon mustard, which I absolutely love. Just a glop of that. It's about a tablespoon, but I never measure it. I just, one little glop, that's a tablespoon. So we're just gonna let this come to a simmer, And then I'll put a top on it and let it cook all of the noodles and rehydrate the meat and the onions. And we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so our hamburger helper is just about done, so I'm gonna go ahead and make up the cheese sauce. Now we need a half a cup of the cheese powder, the cheese, oh, this stuff, I gotta tell you, this stuff is so good. I hope they never get rid of this because I absolutely love this stuff. So, half a cup of that. Now we need a half a cup of sour cream. So this is an 8-ounce container. I'm gonna go ahead and just take half of this. And then we need 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of milk. Oops. And we're just gonna give that a stir. Like I said earlier, this cheese powder seems to do better when you mix it with sour cream. I don't know if you guys have had any other experience than I have. I just love the way it makes it super creamy. So we'll just go ahead and mix that up. And if you do have other experience on the cheese blend, put it in the comments below, because I've had several people ask me about it. But look at that. That just looks so good. Now, get this out of the way. So here is the hamburger helper. Before we add the cheese sauce to it, doesn't that look delicious? The noodles are cooked just right. And the ground beef is done perfectly. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and take our rubber spatula and go ahead and add this into the hamburger helper. Definitely want to get all of that sauce in there because, oh boy, the cheesier the better. All right, so get that in there. Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you guys, this is Brad's favorite dinner, because it's his favorite thing. Hamburger helper, hamburger and noodles. Oh, he loves it. Look at that. Look at how creamy that is. Look at that, guys. That looks so good. And all that ground beef. Okay, now for the taste. I'm gonna shut that off because that is ready to go. And I'm gonna try not to burn myself. And I'm just gonna get a little bit of everything, some sauce, a noodle, and some of the ground beef. Here we go. It's really hot. So good. Guys, this honestly tastes so much better than the stuff you get in the box. I'm not kidding. And sorry, I'm glitching again because this is so good. I'm ready to eat dinner and it's, only 2 o'clock. So, I hope you try this. This is one of our favorite dinners. It's in our newest cookbook, the Homestead Treasures. No, it's not. Hold on, I'll tell you. This is what happens. This is our high-class production. This is what happens when Christa does a video all by herself. She forgets stuff. No, it is in Big Family Essentials Cookbook. Again, they are on our website, and it's an easy PDF download. www.bigfamilyhomestead.com/shop. You can check that out. Easy to print. It's all in black and white. No, you don't need to use a lot of ink or anything like that. And like I said, it's a PDF download. So, And this was just a recipe. You can make it from stuff you have in your house, or you can make it for it to be shelf stable on your shelf. I weighed this when I was not on camera. It was 1 pound 12 ounces before cooking it. So this is 2 pounds. This feeds a lot of people. Our family will eat this for dinner and then for lunch the next day. So check it out. Check out the links in the description box for all of my favorite things. If you want to check out Thrive, it is free to sign up. You can get a monthly delivery of just your favorite items. You can change it every month. It's super easy to do. If you do sign up for a monthly delivery, by the way, we would be very grateful if you did. If you do, and it's over $100, you get free shipping. Plus, if you have the monthly delivery, you do get an extra 15% off of retail. And right now, there's some really good monthly sales going on. The sliced onions are on sale. Don't forget, the instant milk is on sale through the end of this month. It's 60% off. And trust me, I love the instant milk. It is so good. So I hope you liked the video. If you do, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. I hope you try this recipe at home, because trust me, you're gonna love it. I'm Christa with the Big Family Homestead, and you have a blessed and amazing day.